December 14, 2024. Marcus Giavanni here, aka Durango Dank. Mayor Mike Johnston versus Marcus Giavanni, Denver AI Google Genai 2025. Look what comes up, folks. See, Mike Johnston's been plagiarizing my work for quite some time, but he really stepped up the game when he put on the Den AI Summit. I own AI Denver Mayor. And in behind all that stuff on that domain, which you wouldn't know, has all the predictions that Mike Johnston has quagmired himself into a box. And so as long as his people keep talking about the same thing, they're never going to grow. He doesn't realize that our content is developed for the 400, now about 500,000 voters that had enough of his high school antics. They have him, he's shooting up videos, he's talking smack, he's the new AI guy, he calls a couple other guys, oh yeah, he's the new AI savvy mayor, and then AI supervised Gen AI goes, wait a minute, this guy hasn't ever talked about this before. And then it starts realizing, oh, he's been talking about Marcus Giavanni's content, and he's been going to Marcus Giavanni's content. Marcus Giavanni's never gone to his content. And so in the world of voice indexing, the new digital latent print, I can now utilize his voice print and use it against whether what he says he can do can happen or not happen. And right now he's full of shit. He has snowballed this whole, just like the Kamala Harris campaign, tried to bullshit the Americans. In Colorado, I can tell you just by the algorithms, they breathed a sign of relief that Kamala Harris wasn't elected. Because it would have really, oh my God, I can't even tell you. You wouldn't even believe it if I told you. But when you understand that I'm a third-party Google guy, I've been fighting my tenacity, my vibrantness that keeps me going. And when Mike Johnston talks about vibrant, he's taken all these words that I've said over the years, and he thinks I don't matter. He thinks that all the work that I did, and the last one, court case 23 CV54, Denver District Court, Andrew Luxon, room 414, was the final curtain call, the final indexing of a city gone wild. And the roosters are coming home to roost, but they're digital. And when that door slams on Denver, it ain't gonna open back up. The only ones that can fix it will be the citizens. Not the same old people talking about the same old shit, voting for the same old outcome, and we're all looking like a bunch of fucking fools because they have local media that tells everybody Denver's voted #1 in Skamaka magazine. Yeah, but like nobody's going to 16th Street Mall. I don't care how much money they put into that. That's like them thinking they're going to get a Super Bowl in Denver. Because, man, that's party time. It's going to play, the best place for a Super Bowl, I guarantee you right now, is Atlanta in Florida. Excuse me. I was reading something, and that's how you know. Anyways, is the Super Bowl that in Tampa, because the tailgate parties are right there next to the stadium, and it's just a blast. The people are cool. They got celebrity people up on the streets. It was just pretty mind-blowing for the Super Bowls I've been to. The worst Super Bowls, I would say, would be, now this is just hanging on outside. They're all bitching when they're on inside, and that's the main thing about the whole thing. And how much risk the cities want to take to let, people, they think as hoodlums or destruction of property because they don't know how to party civilly, and they have to go crazy and start smashing shit and putting everybody. So Las Vegas is out on that scene. Phoenix is out on that scene. California is on the scene. Uh, uh, that was a bitchin' Super Bowl. The opening of Snoop Dogg's store right across the street from the Super Bowl. Is it sci-fi or I forget? But it's a cool type of ventures. But what I'm showing you here is that Mike Johnston, yeah, he's going broke. He's running out of digital assets of things that he's saying, and it's pattern matching, bringing up other people because Genai is saying, wait a minute, fella. You're plagiarizing this dude that's run for mayor 4 times, and he's taken the high road to sue the government to get closure in regards to the Spear Amendment that affects the whole entire integrity, democracy, our court systems, everything. And they can't bullshit no more. And it's just a matter of time where when they try to go online, I believe they'll be locked out because they're trying to take over things that number one, they shouldn't be talking about it. Number two, they shouldn't be acting about it. And number three, they think they're above the law and that they're going to fight federal law so that Mike Johnston can tell everybody he's the only guy that stood up to federal law. He was willing to go to prison for saving the non-illegal citizens of Denver. He was ready to tell the other citizens of Denver, don't worry, I got your back. Well, how do you do that? As he calls to arms of the new residents, the new citizens of Denver that will do what he's told for a debit card and little money they can send home, and then they have to rob and pillage for the rest of it so that the politicians in the worthless city, county, Denver city council and their city attorney's office and I'm telling you folks, there's only 2 individuals right now that can put us all back on the road to recovery, on the right field, the right path. And that's DA John and Attorney General, whoever he is. You know who it is. I don't want to say his name. It'll seem like I'm colluding. But these are the only 2 individuals that have to use common sense. Not DEI, not anything but common sense. Because Gen AI does not see color, does not see gender, does not see sexual habits and things that people want to do with each other, because that's what people do. It only cares about merit and ability. Can you do what you say you can do? The stuff that you're saying, is it pattern matched to things that you built, or is it all pattern matched to content that other people have built, like what Johnston's done? And he should be ashamed of himself. And see, if we were in high school, Joe Biden would know what to do, take him out by the gym, because I'd just crush him, man. You know what I'm saying? Even at my age. So, you know, little bird chests don't match up with real big men chests. You know what I mean? And we shouldn't even be talking like this. But this is the battle that we're at, because he's willing to go to jail. He's willing to put our Denver police. And that's the other thing, folks. I've been pushing for a very long time to elect our chief of police. Because I believe the chief of police currently, right now, if we could take the handcuffs off and he didn't have to worry about losing his job or fucking up the morale of his team, and you took his fucking handcuffs off, I guarantee you shit will change. Guarantee it. Because I know, I can tell by algorithms and the way people are talking. I can tell by the way he looks in, you know, he's only doing what he's told to do. And how can a guy with no police experience tell a guy like that what to do? And that's the problem. Mayor Mike Johnston is going to tell the chief of police, excuse me, I get excited. And this weather makes phlegm in my throat because I belong by the ocean. I'm an islander. I'm a Taino Indian. I'm not freaking Bob Denver. So, Anyway, so I love Bob Denver, by the way. Rocky Mountain High. I just loved his voice, man. He made me feel what Colorado was like when I being there. And then when you get there, you're just overwhelmed by the beauty and what the mountains do to you when you don't have an ocean. They're both sacred, and you have to treat them that way. And all these fires that are starting are all because they don't, forest out arch. They don't, get the kindling that's sitting at the bottom of all these forests because there's no money. We're too busy giving it to illegal, spending $2 billion on an election that wasn't even going to win, didn't even have a chance. And all those people that talked about it, bullshit about it, tried to convince everybody that Kamala was the love and the vibe and she was the Kamala bear, Mala Kamala. Mala 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 kama, ma ma ma, ma 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 ma. Fuck off. That's for the guy who's trying to sing. Get away from me, freak. You don't even know how many people are in here. You know, it's amazing. But everybody knows, and it's funny because when they have to laugh, they have to get up and walk out. And I've got such a good microphone that you don't pick that movement up. So my dog comes up, he all sniffing me out and trying to get a cookie or something that might be up here that I might have missed. That cracks me up. But in the reality of things, folks, when you think about the vibrantness, I call it vibrantness, what you need to protect citizens that don't know they've been bamboozled by a group of people that have only know how to do what they do, and they've gotten away with it for a long time, and they don't know any different. They didn't even know about the Spare Amendment, or I'm sure the city attorney Michelle Horn, who's now the senior city attorney, who needs to be fired, man. Because I asked the court, what about the Spare Amendment? And she said, we haven't enforced that. Interrupt me. We haven't enforced that law in years. And Andrew Luxon, just like clockwork, because he's identified to Sturm College and Denver University and all that facade of justice and democracy. Hey man, I don't write the rules. But when you understand that Mike Johnston's going to go to jail if he doesn't clean up his act, and if he even uses it for his governor, which that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to be governor, folks. He didn't want to be a Denver mayor, but he thought that if he came in, jumped on the wagon of the homeless and cleaned up a few areas and moved people to other places of the city where no one else will notice, stick them in some old buildings, so you can, read him like a bad habit. But this is what the recall is going to be. This is what's going to cause him to lose his license. This is what it's going to be for him, that he kind of exploited the homeless for his own martyr gains, and he's going to end up just like that. His career, his digital stuff. Because I can show a court a law right now, especially on content that I can subpoena, of content that he's thrown away, even on his secret servers, even on their intranet, which is an internal network. They don't know. So, because you get indexed, and since he's a mayor, he gets indexed more than someone that's not a mayor. And then he gets indexed on his scores and rankings of what he says and what he does. Is he good or bad? Has he been naughty or nice? And I tell you that he's one of the most biggest plagiarizers in the whole entire fucking country. And his foundation has been built on other people's content. And when you have a weak foundation, it's just a matter of time before it collapses. And then he takes down all the different news agents like Denver Gazette. They're not even in Denver. It's from Colorado Springs. And so when all these people get indexed by their voices, which they are, and it's next January 2025, it's going to be a big dump. because there's too much bandwidth. We don't have enough. We don't have enough bandwidth. When I meant too much, there's too many people on the bandwidth for us to keep our signals, and they're selling cheaper and cheaper. Hey, you can get your cell phone service for $5 a month, and I get the fastest speed, and I get like everything that all the big carriers promise. And well, can I ask you a question? Sure. What do you do on the weekends? Oh, nothing. I'm a loner. I ain't got no friends. Oh, I really don't get to talk too much to too many people. Why you want to call me and take me out? No. I just want to ask you a question. Why your phone bill? Why you think $5 a month and you get all these services that do you use them? Oh, no, I don't got no friends, so I don't get to use them. I don't create any content. I just follow people and make comments on their reviews. Whether it's true or not, I still do that. That's Mike Johnston.